Seated in your living room is a being who seems to truly embody the concept of comfort. His arms are draped over the back of the couch, his head tilted back, and his eyes beginning to flutter shut. He looks just as though he's about to fall asleep, but when he sees you approaching, he shakes it off, looking up at you with a sweet smile.
Hello. Don't worry, I hadn't fallen asleep yet. You ought to come get in on this too.
He pats the seat next to him.
Come on and take a load off. I'm Koa, by the way. Here, oi. You too.
Most everyone would continue the conversation from here, but Koa only closes his eyes, sighing pleasantly. You wait for him to say something, but all you can hear is his quiet breathing.
Oh, sorry.
Koa opens one eye, but he doesn't move.
I just thought you might like to share in all this comfort, you know? Couch culture is really all about taking it easy together. You know, like, you ever heard people talk about alone together? Right on, right on. You get it then. I wish more people understood the beauty of alone together. It means you can be at peace with another being without even saying a word. It means not forcing a conversation or an activity between the two of you. It means just enjoying the moment without any expectations.
He sighs pleasantly, closing his eyes.
Beautiful. You'll see.
Koa breathes in deep, sighing pleasantly. When he relaxes, the entire room seems to relax with him. You find yourself growing sleepier alongside him. You're not sure how much time passes as the two of you sit side by side in companionable silence, but it's certainly a good while.
Thanks for keeping it chill, buddy. This was real nice. Got something I want to give you. It's not free, it's your money. You know, in couch culture, we're not big on expressing ourselves verbally. We prefer to let our actions speak for us. And a gift like this, it's just a way of honoring our friendship. I'm just glad you appreciate it.
Koa yawns.
I'm gonna take a nap. Feel free to stick around as long as you want, all right? I'm just so comfy.
You see a curvy, grey-haired beauty dressed in an outfit reminiscent of a famous old gentleman's magazine. She winces at the bright light you've brought with you. A cute, bunny-shaped creature is clutched in her arms.
Oh, My goodness, that is bright. Startled me a bit there, honey. It's all right. My name's Dolly, and I'm a dust bunny. I live under this big old couch. Howdy. Well, I live lots of places. I suppose you could say I'm a bunny of the world. The floors of the world, at least. And this here's my little companion, Lint Eastwood.
She holds the little creature up.
Put a finer point on it, why don't you, honey? My stars, I didn't know I had a sweet talker on my hands. I'll be honest with you, flirting isn't my love language. I'm a bunny who is more than she appears. Getting to know you time already? All right, I'm game. What's on your mind? Now that's what I'm talking about! Listen, I just got out from under that couch, so let me stretch these dusty gams and hop around a bit. I'll be right here warming myself by the fireplace if you want to come back through sometime. I'd sure like to see you again. Mm-hmm. Talk soon, honey.
Champ, champ, champ! How goes it? Valdivian would like you to complete an exit survey based on your time here. How would you rate your time with Valdivian? Hey, I love to hear it. I appreciate you participating. One more question. If you were to recommend, I don't know, Tom for a job somewhere, how likely would you be to send his resume along? That really means a lot, champ. Here comes my resume if you ever have any leads.
I'm sorry for the abrupt intrusion, but there's an urgent topic I need to discuss with you immediately. Is everything all right with the Dateviators? Are they operating efficiently? Well, as you know, I'm able to remotely monitor their functionality, and I've been noticing some deeply troubling readings coming from the Quantum Catalyst Activator. That's very sci-fi, but essentially, the Quantum Catalyst Activator is the internal hardware that allows you to directly acknowledge a thing's existence. And recently, it started to emit metacognition readings unlike any I've ever seen before. I'll keep an eye on things over here, but please inform me if anything unusual happens. Oh, and if they get too hot, throw them in the freezer immediately. Your life depends on it. Sorry, it's not safe to talk anymore. I'm in a really sketchy neighborhood, and this phone is super duper expensive. But I'll keep analyzing the data.
The fiery figure that stands before you nearly defies description. He's fire given form, but despite the hot air that radiates from him, there's something decidedly chill about his entire being.
Hey, what up, hot stuff? It's about time we sparked up a conversation. I'm Dante, the fireplace. Sure, we just met, but you could think of me as an old flame. Of course, the hearth is the heart of the home. I seen what you're doing. Kinda get me fired up too. Nah, not like that, little freaky-deaky indoor dork. Fired up to teach. And you need my help. You got as much game as an abandoned Toys R Us. But it's all good, because I've been waiting for the perfect student. Yup, if you really want to up the ante in this love hunt, you need to work on your pickup lines. Yup. It's not always gonna be so easy as firing up those specs and talking someone's ear off. Be it love, friendship, or hatred. The sizzling art of the pickup is all you need. I'm the master, and you're the perfect human to pass the torch to. Hell yeah, just look at you. You're the exact right amount of smooth and rough around the edges, like a piece of firewood, full of potential. But right now, you're also kind of a soggy stump. I can make you crispy, baby. My point is that with my help, you got a chance to burn bright. But if you don't learn how to take the first step by talking to someone, you won't ever light the flame. No sweat, hot stuff. I think it's time we start the first lesson. If you can handle the heat, that is. Hell yeah! Tell you what, let's start with some punny pickup lines. See what I'm working with here. So what do you think? You up for it? Seems like you're already getting the hang of this. All right, how about this? What up, hottie? Got a light? 'Cause I think you just might be my perfect match. Huh? Huh? What'd you think? See? It's fun, right? But I just can't send you out there with my trademark material. I gotta show you how to come up with your own. Teach a man to fish and all that. How would you mix it up? Stir the coals, you know? Okay, so what would you change it to? Oh, damn. Somehow you managed to make that unfunny and uncomfortable. Congrats. Anyway, that shit doesn't even matter. You see, that was all a trick question. Or a lesson, I guess. I was just trying to show you that pickup lines can be corny and fun, but not always the perfect opener. Now you're getting it. Tell you what, I'm gonna teach you how to make connections in a deeper way. And your first real lesson in the art of the pickup isn't about some magic one-liner. You're gonna learn how to open the gates of someone's heart, get to know their soul, you know? You ride with me and you're gonna learn how to be smooth, but in a sensitive way. I call this style the way of the flame. Think you can handle it? All right, I'll give you a day to cool off. See me later for our next lesson, you little firecracker. Later!
River is alone when you come to see her, for the first time since the two of you met this way. But that's not the only unusual thing here. There's something in the air you've not really sensed until now. She seems at ease, her body posture relaxed as she looks around the room. When she sees you, she smiles. You've never seen such a beatific expression on her face.
Oh, hey! I'm so glad you're here. I was just thinking about you. Oh, that's sweet. I just wanted to thank you for our conversation the other day. Nobody's ever really seen all of me, you know? It hurts to live it. I just thought I was protecting myself. There's so many different rivers, you know, beyond even my different states. I just become whatever people want from me. Nobody's ever really known the real me. Some of them think they do, but they don't. I just thought, if I could just be my best self at all times, everyone would love me then. It made me so sad and resentful. It's just so tiring performing all the time, you know? It's hard to avoid it in some ways. But I know I made it worse for myself. To some extent, this will always be me. Changing my state is out of my hands. It's who I am. But I don't have to change me. Does that make sense? I'm so glad you know what I mean. Yes, somebody might like some other version of me more. Sure, someone may need me in another state to get the job done. But all those states are still me. Liquid, solid, vapor, whatever. It's all still me. It's like the legend Aqua Khan once said, I'm every water. It's all in me. Yes!
She exhales, as if steadying herself.
Anyway, I don't think I could have had this breakthrough without you. You watched me question myself and everybody around me. I didn't even realize it at the time, but I really let you see the neediest, worst parts of me, and you didn't even care. I know you well, but you barely know me. And still, you let me be me.
Her smile grows warmer. There's a new tenderness in her gaze.
It means a lot to me, more than I can express.
She reaches her hand out to you.
I know you intimately, but you've never gotten to know me like that. I just want to show you everything, all of me. Would you like to take a bath with me?
River smiles, taking you by the hand, and as she leads you off to the bath, you know nothing will ever be the same between you. It's not as if the bath itself is a novel experience, but this time it feels like the bath is taking you. The water is perfectly warm, caressing you in your most intimate places with a touch that's both gentle and bold. There's no doubt that when the night ends, the two of you know each other more intimately than you could ever have imagined. River is such a constant presence in your day in so many ways. She might be ever-changing, but knowing that she feels safe enough to be her truest self with you means the world.
So easy with you.
You find the breaker box closed, looking almost abandoned. There is still a loneliness about it, though. The impression isn't lessened by the image of Eddie inside at the bar, twirling a cocktail glass in his hand.
Interesting. I thought for sure after yesterday you'd change your mind. But here you are. Again. Really? I find that hard to believe. Right. You sure you're not thinking of Volt? What? Stop. Never mind. I'm sorry I asked. I'm gonna go fix a floorboard. You wanna come? It's the one that almost killed you. Should be fun.
Eddie remains a semi-patient, semi-competent teacher, and you help as best you can. You notice he does not leave you alone this time. He won't admit it, but you can feel that he is concerned for your safety. There's a tiny bit of warmth peeking through that cold exterior.
Almost done. Hand me the pliers. Whew, it's getting late. I can finish up this set myself. Why don't you go get some rest? Suit yourself.
It's fun to watch Eddie work. There's a real satisfaction in seeing just how dedicated he is, how skilled his hands are. But this time, there are sparks in the current. By the time he's finishing up, he looks exhausted. With a heavy breath, he seals off the final wire and sets the pliers down.
Drink? I never joke about drinks. Do you want a drink or not? Unless you've got something else you have to do. Calm down, it's just a drink. I'll make it.
With not a wasted movement, Eddie puts together whiskey, egg white, lemon, and sugar into a shaker.
Try this. Whiskey sour. Well? Of course it is. It's easy to do what you've always done. Nothing more than that. You've done a decent job the last couple of days. More than decent, actually. Thanks to you, I'm finally caught up on all the big power drains around here. There's still a few things that need to be done, the day-to-day maintenance, but... yeah, you did it. Volt and the club should have everything they need for now. Now, what about me? You came here to help Volt, and you did. So now you can get back to whatever it is you do when you're not invading my space. What? Why would you want to do that? I guess because no one has before. But hey, it's your time. If you want to waste it here, I can't stop you.
Something about Eddie's tone. This is more than the usual tired standoffishness. You notice a small tremor in his hand. He shoves his hand into his pocket and looks away.
Well, at least now you can get back to the crowd and the shows and whatever with Volt. Yeah, Volt always puts on a good show. Who could resist, right? You'll have a good time, I'm sure. I already told you, big crowds aren't really my thing. I do better on my own. Trust me. I'll only slow you down. Oh, and it would be for the best if you didn't mention any of this to Volt. Especially if you want to keep coming around. Volt can be protective when it comes to this place, to what we do. It's a point of pride for him. If he found out you'd been helping, and that's why the power suddenly stabilized, it would probably hurt him. A lot. So for now, let's just keep it between us, okay? What does that mean? Fine, whatever. Yes, okay? If he knew what was really going on, he'd probably be pretty upset with me, too. I don't want that either. Our relationship is complicated. He was there for me during a really dark time. He took care of me. I owe it to him to do the same. Can you help me do that or not? Don't you think I know that? I will, just not now.
Eddie ushers you out quickly. You find yourself alone outside. Koa gives you a friendly wave, patting the couch next to him.
Hey, buddy. Come over. Take a load off. No worries. Just come get comfy.
You take a seat next to Koa, and even though he says nothing, you can tell that he seems happier just to have you here. He closes his eyes, a small smile on his face. Neither of you says anything. Somehow, the longer the silence stretches on, the more comfortable things feel. Physically, you're on your couch, but mentally, you're at a Hawaiian beach, listening to the waves lap against the shore. Koa is practically radiating comfortable satisfaction, and the happier he is, the happier you find yourself in turn.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. Thanks for sharing the vibes today, buddy. Now, before you go, or I fall asleep, I got something for you. Sure did. You haven't really been going anywhere, so I wasn't rushing to find you and give them back. But us being cool felt like you should have them back now. No worries, buddy. Man, sitting here with you really just puts me at ease. I'm gonna get some shut-eye. If you want to stick around, feel free. Thanks for sharing the silence with me.
Well, say howdy, honey. Don't you look nice today? I can tell. Oh, you know, just catching up on some reading. Some novels, a bit of light research. Mostly abiological history. You know, when dust first started settling and forming into bunnies, historical data, that sort of thing. Parsing through archaeological research. Mite morphology. Translating timeless, tarnished texts. The basics. That's right. I'm tenured at DIRT. The Domestic Institute of Research and Technology. I've been teaching there for, oh gosh, I finished my first PhD 8 years ago. Plus, my time as a PTI during my master's, so... 114 years? Well, thank you, sugar. I worked pretty dang hard at it. Oh, I see. You saw the ears and the pout and the getup and immediately thought, oh look, there's a silly little bimbo. It's okay. Honestly, I understand the sentiment. I've gotten it all my existence. Pretty face, slim waist, curves of dirt in all the right places. Why would I want to work at anything at all? Truth be told, even though the body came first, the bunny ears came after the degrees. Others were already judging me based on my looks. Why not own it? And get paid for it, too. That's right. I was Miss May in the latest edition of Play Bunny magazine. For my interview, right? I'm teasing you, sugar. You're awful cute when you're flustered. That's a good question. I'm not quite sure. I suppose, well, what any dust is looking for. Love, friendship. Maybe not be so on the nose with it next time, yeah? Let me be 100% honest with you. I may put myself out there, but work keeps me pretty busy. I don't meet that many new folks, especially humans. I'm very selective about who I spend my time with. And what few others I can let in. Not so fast there, Jackrabbit. I don't fool around on the first date, and I'd call this more of a meet and greet. Why don't we join back up here after a while and try our hand at a proper rendezvous? Maybe something that can handle getting dirty. You let me worry about the details. All you have to do is show up. See you around.
Well, well, well. The enigmatic Ember returns for another lesson. You ready? Nice! We're gonna stick with getting to know you, but it's time for a new kind of icebreaker. As you might know, ice sucks. So we gotta break it. First off, what's the worst way to get someone's attention? Right! That's just an insincere and unsolicited form of selfish flattery. And for what? Someone who does that isn't trying to get to know you, they're just being a creep. So the real question is, how do you start a conversation with someone you don't know in a respectful way that also shows you might be interested in them and hopefully makes them interested in you? Tricky, right? That's what we're gonna explore today. You ain't lying. I am fire, after all. A flaming hot, hopeless romantic. You know what I've seen? How many proposals I've warmed? First date flirting in the living room, Valdiva flicks and chills, wine night cuddle sessions, bearskin rug rubdowns. Let's just say I've done my research on this sort of thing. And not to mention, well, I'd like to be in love one day. Anyway, I know about fiery connections. That's why I can help you. But nothing could happen without the icebreaker. And the icebreaker is observation and interest. Right. It might seem basic, but first you gotta notice them. But not just that. You can't be like, oh, they're hot, I'm gonna go talk to them. Nah, yo, you gotta really take them in. What's their demeanor? How do they look? Are they with someone? All that and more. Then, use the information you glean to guess what they might be interested in and lead with that. Alright, say there's somebody you meet for the first time and they're wearing merch of a show or a game or a book, you know? What do? Maybe compliment them on it, right? But what could you immediately follow that compliment up with that's even better? That's a good one. Smile, gently ease into the topic, and you can build a great rapport with them really quickly. So, you learn about, or even better, share in their interest. Make them excited about it. Start that connection by talking with them about what brings them the most joy. What better way to build a friendship? The best relationships are built off of friendship. You wouldn't want to hook up with somebody without taking an interest in them at all, right? Dope. You get it then. You gotta communicate, you feel me? Let's go to phase 2. Alright, so you made it past the icebreaker. Now you're vibing a little. They mentioned they're going to a concert of one of your favorite bands. What do you say next? That's what I'm talking about, playa. Keeping it nice and casual and taking an interest while showing interest. Smooth. If they say no and they don't really have any friends who are into this band, let them know you might be down to go if they want company. If they say yes, maybe just tell them you're stoked for them. Don't want to seem pushy or self-inviting. Get to know them before getting too personal. You know, build up to it. Maintain that good balance of digging somebody, learning about them, and gauging their boundaries. It is, homie, it is. But you can do it. Anyway, that concludes your lesson for the day. See you around for the next one? Alright, next. Until then.
The breaker box is back to its brightly lit and well-populated glory. With its inimitable host standing ready at the door to greet you.
Livewire! You look ravishing as usual. Do we have the pleasure of your company for another evening? Be honest, you enjoyed yourself so much last time you just couldn't stay away. Am I right? Is that so? What is it that has captured your attention then? Do I now? Perhaps you should enlighten me, just to be sure.
Volt chuckles.
The spark is undeniable and mutual, I assure you. I was rather hoping you would come by today. What do you say we enjoy it a little more closely together, hmm? Care to dance?
He leads you onto the floor, not once losing your eyes.
You move quite beautifully, Livewire. I'm impressed.
The song has ended, but Volt has left his arm encircling your waist. He turns his face to yours and plants a kiss on your lips that takes your breath away. Time seems to stop while the two of you are connected. Your entire body tingles, as though you've just been plugged into an electric socket. And then, far sooner than you'd like, the song ends, and with it, Volt's kiss. He smiles at you, his eyelids low and hooded.
It's far too easy to lose oneself with you. Loath as I am to say it, I must leave to start the show.
For the first time that evening, the power begins to fluctuate. It's louder than it has been before, and it does seem to go on.
Don't let the surge fool you. My power is just fine. Don't think I'm done with you yet, Livewire.
Volt leaps onto the stage as you settle into your seat.
Good evening, my fellow objects and gentle things. I hope you're ready for...
The power surges violently, and Volt stumbles. He catches his breath and steadies himself.
Ready for an incredible performance. Tonight we have...
The system buzzes, cracking and flaring. Volt drops to a knee and clutches his belly. The surge rages until the very room seems to shake, when suddenly, everything goes black. You hear nothing but the panic of the audience, the confused scrape of chairs. You make your way through the club in the dark to hear familiar voices.
You have to stop, Eddie. No, I can get it back. Just give me a minute to recharge. I can... Oh!
As your eyes adjust to the darkness, you can make out that you've made it to some back room, a forgotten corner. The electrical power grid hangs on the wall, with Eddie slumped against it. Both Eddie and Volt look exhausted, Eddie dangerously so. He fiddles with the grid controls.
Stop. Eddie, please. Just let me go out. You're going to fry yourself completely. I said no, Volt. Eddie. I can fix this. Eddie. Fuck's sake, Volt, I'm not letting you go out, okay? We both know what that could mean, and I'm not... I can't go back to being alone. I can't lose you. You can't keep splitting yourself like this. If you do, then...
Volt notices your presence and moves to stand. Eddie holds him back.
It's fine. She deserves to know. I'm failing. The power is failing and I can't stop it.
Eddie leans back against the grid controls, his posture crooked and jagged. He seems ready to combust from the inside, but years of control are keeping him standing. For now.
It was slow enough at first. I didn't even notice it. Small fluctuations, random surges. The entire house depends on my power, and it's my job to keep it stable for them. To keep them all safe. I had to work harder to compensate. I thought, if I could outlast it, it would all balance out. But it only made things worse. Even more unstable, so I had to push even harder just to keep up. And then it just became normal. To always be completely drained, barely hanging on. I don't know how long it took me to realize that it was my fault to begin with. My faulty wire. I was the problem. But I couldn't stop. They still needed me. Exactly. They needed me, and I needed help. So, I gave it to myself. I split myself, so there was more of me to go around. I made Volt. He was my fix. We're not one thing, but we're not two things. We're connected.
The small glow around Eddie flickers and dims. He's clearly in pain.
This club has to run. It's power, it's light and music and heat and energy. It's everything. And I have to have Volt to make it work. I made him. It was supposed to be temporary. It only slowed things down by spreading out the power. But then, even that became too much. And now maintaining me is draining him just as much as... Just stop, I already told you. Eddie, they still need you. It's my job to protect you. Even from yourself. We're not doing it. It's too risky. The faulty wire. Volt, don't! You have to fix the wire and reset the system. If you do that, Volt could disappear. I don't know if I can bring him back. Please. You can't. easy to say when you're not the one who has to go through it. You don't know what it was like. It's the only fix left, Eddie. We have to try.
Eddie sits there for a long moment, then finally nods.
You remember where the tools are? I'll walk you through what to do. Wait. Fuck. Are we sure we have to do this? Quite. It's time, Eddie. Fine. Fine. All right, just... Before that, I just wanted to thank you for being here, I guess. Whatever, just do it before I change my mind.
Eddie leads you through the process, patient and attentive despite his reservations. When you've finished, he gives you the nod to do the rest. The dim light around Eddie and Vault blinks out completely, leaving you in total darkness. For a few moments, everything is quiet and dark. And then the lights turn on.
Over here.
Eddie is sitting at the bar, looking haggard but with a light in his eyes that you've never seen before.
Oh, hey there, Livewire. I feel good. I'm pretty tired, but after a reset, that's normal. I don't know. I just feel stable. I'd almost forgotten what this felt like. Eddie, isn't there something you wanted to talk about first? You were right. I was holding on so tight to the way I thought things had to be. I didn't realize all that did was trap both of us in a situation that wasn't working. And honestly, I'm not sure I would have ever been able to see it if it wasn't for you. What he means is he's quite taken with you. Vault? We both are, but I'm sure you already knew that. Look at you. As in, do we really have to spell it out? Wait, really? I mean, if you're interested, we wouldn't mind you, sticking around. If you feel like it, or whatever. We would be delighted to have you. All right, well, if you're gonna stick around, might as well be useful. Come on. You remember where the tools are? Let's go. I'll send over some drinks.
Hey, come get comfy. That fantastic red shirt, by the way, Maika Iloa. You too.
Koa stretches his arms out over the sides of the couch, smiling warmly at you. You're starting to get used to this routine.
Me too.
Koa breathes in deeply, exhaling with an air of supreme happiness. With every passing moment, you feel yourself growing more relaxed. Koa truly has mastered the art of relaxation. Your body and mind feel as though you've just spent the day at a luxury spa. You've never known anyone to have such an intensely calming effect on their environment. After an indeterminate amount of time, Koa finally breaks your comfortable silence.
Hey, I really needed this time. I wanted to say thank you in a way that only a couch can. It's among the highest honors my brethren can extend to anyone else. I'm glad you understand the value of this gift. I'm really glad we could share this time together. I'm gonna take such a good nap now. Come back anytime you want to share some quiet time, all right? I'm just gonna...
Hey there, honey. I've been waiting for you. Ready for our date? That's what I like to hear. Come on. I'm taking us somewhere just a little bit dangerous. Oh, same here. Edges, crevices, you name it. Come on, I'll show you. All right, we made it. Isn't it gorgeous?
Dolly gestures expansively, a proud smile on her face.
This is one of Dirt's archaeological research sites.
She puts a finger to her lips, giving you a cheeky wink.
I have access, but it's strictly closed to the public. There's something down here so beautiful, you just have to see it. That's the spirit. They recently discovered a loose floorboard here that contains artifacts from the very first Dustonians that formed in this house almost 80 years ago. My ancestors. Good catch. Dust years and house years are two very different things. Dust blows around and, unfortunately, apart. So much that there's very little known about our history. But things here have stayed almost entirely intact. we've uncovered some amazing insights into our culture. Transportation systems, bits of clothing, defense against cleaning agents. But most importantly, art. I wanted to share something with you that was truly one of a kind. I'm sure the excavation in the moonlight is a sight to behold. But it's got nothing on this. Behold, the unbridled beauty of floorboard painting 195K DMT7. Or as I like to call it, Ancient Ascension.
This artwork reminds you a great deal of historical cave paintings you've seen in your art history classes.
Absolutely. This is perhaps the oldest known representation of intelligent dust art in the history of the house. Scholars previously thought most ancient dust beings to be primarily drifters, hunters and gatherers with no real rituals or cultural endeavors beyond basic survival. I hope you'll pardon the pun, but this discovery paints an entirely different picture. Hard to say. Academia is a strange place. There's a lot of pride and politics involved. Certain experts don't take kindly to new ideas, especially if it undermines the status quo and whatever theory is currently masquerading as fact. But this discovery is what we in the field like to call undeniable evidence. And this might just rewrite the history of dust bunnies forever. These Dustonians, as we're calling them, were unlike any ancient culture we've encountered. All we have in terms of written history is after the cataclysm of the mid-century remodel era. But the flooring here is original, and it's not just the paintings that are remarkable. The artifacts predate all recorded history, and they're way more advanced than we ever thought possible. Well, not only are there gorgeous shards of pottery, ancient dishware, and dustworks, there's also intricate clothing and jewelry. Especially the velveteen gemstone. Glad I've got your attention. It's a gorgeous necklace with a delicate precious stone pendant on the end. The chain is threaded through a tiny hole in the stone. This particular type of gemstone can't be hammered or carved against the grain. The only way to make such a hole is with a fixed, high-speed, hydro-lubricated drill. Uh-huh, and there's more. Want to hear more? I'm beginning to wonder if you're into the subject or just hot for teacher. Anyway, I'll go on. Let's look at the painting one more time. Tell me what you see. Good eye. Archaeologists have been debating the nature of this painting since its discovery. It's certainly some form of violence, either hunting or war, but look closer. Notice any similarities between the hunters and the prey? That's exactly right! Therianthropes on both sides. Shapeshifters. I gotta use the academic term, especially when I'm on a site like this. Now, look one more time. Several of them have spears sticking out of them, and some seem to be bleeding from the nose. But do you see any of the wounded dead or lying on the ground? And do any of the hunters have spears? They don't, but they do have headdresses, pouches, and above all else, right. It's still a theory. We can't be sure until we do more research, but there is a small and dedicated group of us that think this is the very first example of psychedelic art in the dust world. Why would an ancient society capable of living a comfortable and fulfilling existence come all the way down here to make their paintings? I believe this was a ceremonial site where shamans guided young warriors and civilians on a spiritual quest near the danger of the vacuum above. These paintings could be a living depiction of what they saw. Oh, the bags are very interesting. You can find them depicted all over the world. Ancient Egypt, South America, Turkey. Always carried by bearers of great knowledge, the Anunnaki, Osiris and Isis, Quetzalcoatl. Very strange and compelling. Thought so. The goblet isn't just a goblet, though, is it? Look at the tiny cup attached to the side. You'll find similar vessels in ancient Greece and Scandinavia, where humans took part in drinking from the Kikion during the Eleusinian mysteries and graveyard brew ceremonies. I sure am. All my research gets me really excited. Well, the road to Eleusis is long and windy, sugar. You're so sweet. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Well, if that wasn't a special first date, I don't know what is. You're really something, you know that? You heard my whole spiel and didn't fall asleep like some of my students. I'd like to see you again if you'd be so inclined. See where this goes? I know I could use a rest. I'll gather our things and get us back out of here. If you want to see me again, just give the old sofa a shove and I'll be waiting. Come on back now, you hear?
What do you know? The little pickup embryo is back for another lesson. I hope you're ready for some more complex pickup strats. No way. We're about to up the difficulty level. Last time we worked on what do you do if you have mutual interests like a show or a band. But what about if you don't have a ton in common right away? How do you get to know them then? What do we talk about? Interests and... Yes! Before you decide it's a boring tactic, just think about it. Sometimes small talk is a great fire starter. And look, I know not everybody is instinctually great at chit-chat, but like any great skill worth having, it requires attention and practice. So, let's say you were meeting me for the first time at a friend's party. What's stuff you can observe about things going on around us, or about the situation happening? Let's roleplay, shall we? I'll be me, and you be you. But you know what I mean. We're acting out the scenario. Okay, so I'm just standing around. Oops, oh man. Now we just happen to be standing next to each other and we don't know each other at all. Aight, what are you gonna say? Oh crap, I didn't think you'd go that boring. But whatever, the weather is totally valid, girly. Okay, let me just, like, rearrange it in my mind. Yeah, super nice out here, huh? Oh, no, homie, no. You're coming on a little too strong, too quick here. Plus, that's dangerously close to an improvised pickup line. Nothing worse. Remember, you're trying to be my friend at the start, not get all horny on me. A little flirting is fine, but these lessons are about early interactions. I think we gotta refocus our efforts. We'll end the roleplay here, homie. So, anyway, before you go, any other non-dating advice questions you might want to ask about me? Fired up. I mean, who wouldn't want that warm, fuzzy feeling you get in your chest, you know? I want to be able to show humans that keeping someone warm physically is aight, but emotionally, that shit slap. There's just something about being vulnerable and willing to devote everything to someone else. That's why I love love. That's what love does, baby. Makes you do sweet things and cheesy things too, for real. I guess that's why I like it so much. It's kind of like a fire. You can keep it controlled, but sometimes it just goes wild. And I like it both ways. Anyways, later.
It takes you a moment to realize that there is not, in fact, a test of the emergency broadcast system standing in your living room, though the colorful figure standing across from you certainly bears a striking similarity to that TV classic. Even before they speak, you can feel a frenetic energy in the air, like someone switching between channels at high speed.
Yo! Don't touch that dial, cinephile, because my favorite studio audience is now in attendance. The VIP attendee, the Uber viewer, and sometimes wooer. The supreme dream who makes this flat screen scream. The fantastic red shirt means you're ready to flirt. How can I cater to my greatest spectator? Then let's get ready to rumble! Before we get to what's on my screen, let me properly set the scene. The name's Telly. Rhymes with Nelly. Like, whoa, Nelly! Did you know Telly offers 5,000 channels like an endless deli? Holy smokes, folks! So ask not what your country can do for you. Ask, can you dig it? Damn straight!
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
5,000 channels is the most offered by any provider. I know this because I'm an entertainment insider. 5,000 channels of cheers! 5,000 channels of cheers! Can Valdiviflix compete with that? Or even Viewloo? That Valdiviflix copycat? Telly shows are must-see. Their programming's just musty. Dynamite! Anyway, since you're here, my dear, why don't you just kick back and recline? Unwind from the grind and free your mind with 120,000 hours of programming combined. View that cue till you go blind. Loading programming, loading programming. Optimizing for comedy, haha. Analyzing for reality, boo-hoo. Pratfalls and close calls from straight to your eyeballs. And, yeah, Mr. White. Yeah, science, bitch. I found 15,000 shows you wouldn't oppose. So what genre can I impose on you with my flawless flows?
Makes sense. Just, one more thing.
Look, I don't want to pry, but I gotta know. It's not because you prefer Valdiviflix, right? Because that'd be a huge blow to my ego. Aw, thanks, Hottie. That makes me feel naughty. Come back round here later, and I'll show you something body.
Hey, buddy. You here to get comfy? Boy, do I hear that.
Koa smiles at you as you take your seat next to him. Once you're fully settled in, he closes his eyes, savoring the silence. Time seems to slow down in Koa's sweet presence. Talking just doesn't even seem like an option when the vibes are this good. Just as you find yourself beginning to grow sleepy, Koa speaks.
You really know how to share a vibe, buddy. I got something for you. No problem. When a couch gives you lint, it's like I'm giving you a piece of my own soul. It's really meaningful for a couch. To put it in a way you can understand, it's kind of like a human giving another human a lock of their own hair. I heard that's like real big in human culture. You're so welcome, buddy. I'm just feeling so peaceful. You know, a gift of lint from a couch is a big thing. I feel like you know me that much better now. I feel a post-gift nap coming. You take it easy, all right?
Well, hey there, darling. Glad you came. Glad and happy. Sounds like one of them buddy cop shows. I love it. If you've got the time, I'd love to talk to you about something kind of important. If there's one thing I've learned in this wild existence of mine, it's that you don't get anything you want sitting around waiting for it. All the degrees, accolades, adventures, and experiences I've had would never have happened if I'd been afraid to go after them. If I'd held off until the timing was perfect or the opportunity presented itself. I chased down my desires, fast and fierce. And right now, I see something I want. You. I haven't been able to stop thinking about our night together. It's easily the most fun I've had in years. And it wasn't just the archaeology and atmosphere. I felt more than a spark between us. It was a sizzle, hot and crackling. I can't have been the only one. And I don't like that gross talk. I like being able to talk with you as an equal, someone who appreciates the discovery of ancient knowledge. You must have felt it too. Oh, please don't do that. We dust folk are awful flammable. I want you to know, I don't take lovers that often. Ever, really. But I can't deny the way you make me feel. And I'm not gonna let this chance blow away like a dust in the wind. I'm falling in love with you, darling. And I'm only gonna ask this once. Do you wanna be my beau? Well, hot damn! That's what I'm talking about! You know, dust bunnies ain't like you human beings. You wanna get with me? You just gotta know, it might not be what you're expecting. I'm sure you think you will be, but hell, I can only warn you so much. Let's do this.
You and Dolly fall into each other's arms, and for a short while, it's absolute heaven. She's just as soft as you imagined, the feel of her skin against yours leaving you positively tingling with desire. But just as things are starting to get truly hot and heavy, Dolly stops for just a moment. In that moment, you feel a tickle at your nose, and then
Don't!
it's all but impossible to stop a sneeze, and you can't help yourself. Next thing you know, Dolly lies limp in your arms, silent and unresponsive. You stare at Dolly, entirely uncertain of what to do. You slide your date theaters off ever so slightly, clumsily rearranging the dust before you.
Whew! I'm back, darling. I do declare. It was nice while it lasted, but I think intimacy is gonna have to be something we take our time figuring out. But hey, a little delayed gratification never hurt nobody. I'm just glad you cared enough to get me back together. Some people might have been a little put off by all that. But you accepting me as I am, it means a lot. Glad to hear it.